Welcome back to the Piney Woods Homestead, y'all. It sounded like a good idea in my head yesterday to dump these logs off right there in the way. I just moved a bunch of scrub logs a few videos back that were in the way of the sawmill, getting around it with the gator, but I was in kind of a hurry yesterday. I was doing a job off the homestead, required bringing a couple of loads of firewood back. Nice, big, red oak, white oak, and some maple. But it's yard trees, y'all, and I usually don't put that on the mill. It usually goes straight to firewood just because I don't want to deal with all the nails and clotheslines and whatever else has been hammered into these trees for years. We got a problem with electric fence. We're going to work on that today, but I'm going to get these logs moved first. So guys, we appreciate you stopping in at the Piney Woods. Hit that old like and subscribe if you hadn't. If you have, as always, y'all, we appreciate you. I'll fire this machine up, get to moving some of this heavy green wood. Y'all, that last one right there is pretty doggone heavy. Machine pick it up, no problem. But when you get it so far away from the machine, doesn't matter that I've got plenty of counterweight because this is not one of those U machines. It's a conventional tail swing. Got more weight off the rear end, so it makes it easier to pick up a heavy load. But 8,000 pound machine, y'all, and golly, I don't know how much that log weighs, but it's green, it's red oak, it's fat, it's 11 foot long plus. Pretty heavy, but it's on here. I got another stack up here to move. I'll spare y'all that, me moving all that down here. But once we get it done, we're going to go into the hog lot down here and try to find out what is shorting out our fence today. We had a massive storm yesterday evening. It was actually shortened before that, but it was a massive storm. Got a clip for you to see of it here, just a little bit of it. and then we'll get down into the hog lot, y'all. So y'all, that was quite the storm yesterday. 60 to 70 mile an hour winds that came through. And you just got a little clip of really after the worst of the wind had came. But these pines out here, they were really whipping back and forth. It was like hurricane. It reminded me of Hurricane Hugo. When was that?
In the 80s? 90s?
I think it was the 90s.
90s, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, 90s.
It was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Anyways, Hurricane Hugo, if anybody remembers that. Go in here and check on these baby pigs real quick. Then we're going to search this fence for the problem.
You woke them up because they were all sleeping.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's going to be big.
He's a chunk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So funny. So
Be careful with that fence. Well, I got the fencer
yeah,
off, so it don't matter if you...
I'm stuck, so. Oh my gracious. All right.
Y'all are walking in the actual wooded paddock out here that we top out hogs in. And we've maybe the problem's there that, I don't know, it feels like metal on metal. That seems like at any time the fence goes 0, 0, it's showing, it's clicking. It's usually some metal hitting metal somewhere. So we're going to show you when we walk back out something we're going to do up there where that feeder is that you saw me put together last year, and the water. We're going to switch things up, y'all, so that we can dry up our entry and exit way right there so that it's not such a mess. Because pigs will make a mess where you feed and water them. It's just a thing that happens, y'all. They don't care about tidiness like we do.
Rosie. Bye-bye. She says it's too hot. She's been swimming somewhere.
She's got a bunch of holes out here. It's like a hippopotamus. I bet she weighs 600 pounds. Between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
See if we can find the problem.
Oh, come on, Mama. Come on. You gonna come help? Come on. Face it.
No, it's not down here. The plastic is just
Oh, okay.
a barrier that we use to down.
Rosie's gonna come help.
But it is, this might be a problem. You can come over here and look at this. I mean, this fencer is hot, but it could be grounding out on this big old tree that they have.
Pull up, Rosie. Well,
I'd say that that's probably.
yeah, because it was just through it and they've just moved that tree. There we go.
It's off of it now, but I need to tighten this up. I don't think that that's the full problem though. Before we put pigs back in here, we got to cut this one up, get it out of here.
And put the more of the construction fence because that's the visual barrier for the
Yeah.
babies, so that they're not over there with Rosie. Wish she wouldn't mind,
If I
but
can tighten this up just a minute. You go in the ground without me breaking it. Oh yeah. Not tightened it up over here. It's for the most part off of that. But I don't think that's the whole problem. Usually with as strong of a fencer that we have, just hitting wood don't usually ground it out. There's some metal, hitting metal somewhere, but we'll find it. So y'all, if you're gonna raise animals out in the woods, pigs like we do, you really gotta check the day after a windstorm, bad thunderstorm, because here's a dead pine, a young pine, that fell onto this sapling sweet gum, and that is what I like to call a making you wealthy widow woman. So let's see if I can make that drop without it kicking up and hitting me in the face. Let's see.
As long as you don't make another
Oh,
tree.
that one, no, that one's not dead. Been doing that a lot this week, but with an excavator. All right, that's down. We'll have to get that out of here, y'all, because anything big that you leave on the ground, these hogs will root it up to the fence, short your fence out. That's why, y'all, it's so important to have some woven wire behind your electric for pigs. I don't care who tells you can do it with just electric. You can do it, but you'll be chasing your hogs when they get out, because they will get out of just electric. Have a positive barrier behind it. Unless you're, I will say, if you don't have trees, if it's just pasture, you can probably get away with just electric. Just make sure that you've got at least 3 strands. One about 4 inches off the ground where they're going to root, one about 8 inches, and then one probably about 16 inches off the ground, so that anywhere their snout goes, they'll hit that thing and respect it. Let's keep searching. So this setup worked great last year for topping out pigs. We don't bucket feed the entire time, but we free feed up until probably 100 to 120 pound live weight hog, pig, and then we bucket feed the rest of the way. And we'll kind of explain more of that again this year as we're topping out pigs, why we do it and how we do it. But we're going to move this. We're actually, I'll probably just build a whole other platform, don't you think?
I think that would be easier.
Because that's attached to those posts. But we're going to probably go out here in the middle of this paddock and set up their feeder. That way, when we feed, we'll come in here with them. And y'all, when a pig gets up 100, 120 pounds, they're like footballs, just really big wrecking balls. That's probably a better term, wrecking balls. Yeah. You got to be careful. Don't let them get behind you. They'll knock you down. Don't want to run in between your legs, clip you, but gives you a chance to really get eyes on them, hands on them, see if they have any needs that you can't tell from outside the pasture. Now, once they get as big as Rosie, for the most part, they get fed from the outside. We only go in when we have to breed or if we notice an issue, which is very rare. So all this is going to get moved. The water is going to get put down in another corner so that we can dry this area up that leads out to our chute. So it's easier to load pigs out of here, y'all, when it comes time to process.
Yeah,
because we do it all on our own.
Yeah, and with the water there, they like to run the water out to make a mud hole, and
I don't blame them.
I mean, I don't blame them, but then it makes a muddy mess right as we come in and out. So.
It is. So we're going to redo that. Probably throw some dirt in here, help dry this up. All right, not in here, the issue.
And that is the problem. I would say when this, because this tree was on here yesterday when I checked the fence, but it's got it pushed, so we just need to bend it back out a little bit.
Pull it out. It was metal on metal, y'all. You can tell that from the fencer not clicking, hitting it all. Just shorts it out. Yep. Well, guys, Rosie's going to walk with us for the ending of this video. She is the mascot around here. Thanks to Lisa's eagle eyes.
Without glasses on, too.
And she's a sharpshooter, y'all. She's a sniper when it comes to deer hunting and putting that hamburger homestead hamburger on the table, y'all. But fortunately we found the issue, and if you're starting out raising pigs and you get your infrastructure in first, y'all, we actually started with just electric. It's a much smaller area in the woods here.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, would have been so much better for us just to take the time and the energy to get all the fencing in first. But we're pretty much done with fencing around here for pigs.
Yeah, I mean, it worked fine for us for starting out.
Yeah, for starting out.
We had a small quantity, but then
And it wasn't long before we got this done. We worked on it pretty quick. In the heat of the summer, seems like we always do everything when it's hot.
Seems like, so.
But guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us at the Piney Woods, and Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. The creek's right down here, y'all. If it don't rise too high, and Rosie don't get too ridiculously hot.
She's just giving her opinion.
Her opinion is the food's good, the boarding's good, but she could use more food and more mud holes.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good day, a great week. We'll see you on the next one.